Previously, Raon unleashed a powerful slash with his fiery aura against Eden. If you missed the previous parts, be sure to catch up and watch them now. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. And now, let's dive back into the manhwa. Raon's fiery aura engulfs Eden, consuming him whole. The force of Raon's slash splits Eden's head in two, sending half of it crashing to the ground. The scene is gruesome, with Eden's lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. Raon stands victorious, his confidence and strength radiating from his very being. His stance is triumphant, a testament to his overwhelming power. The outcome of the battle is clear. Raon has emerged victorious, while Eden lies defeated and lifeless. Raon stands panting, his chest heaving with exhaustion. The intensity of the battle has taken its toll, but the triumph in his eyes is undeniable. Runan, on the other hand, is left speechless. Her eyes widen in awe as she gazes at Raon, her mind struggling to process the incredible display of power she just witnessed. The air is thick with tension, the only sound Raon's heavy breathing. The weight of Raon's victory hangs heavy, leaving Runan and the surroundings in stunned silence. Martha's voice trails off in surprise, her eyes wide with incredulity. "Raon, you really," she exclaims, unable to finish her sentence. Ben's voice fills the gap, his tone filled with awe and admiration. "He really took down the green battle phantom," he declares, his words echoing through the stunned silence. The weight of Raon's achievement hangs in the air, leaving his comrades struggling to process the enormity of his victory. The green battle phantom, a formidable foe, has been defeated by Raon's unwavering determination and unrelenting power. With his sword held high, Raon's voice rings out, filled with determination and conviction. "Hey, it's not over yet. Eden's green phantoms are still here," he declares, his eyes blazing with a fierce inner light. The group's attention snaps back to the present, their faces set with renewed resolve. Raon's words ignite a fire within them, and they stand ready to face the remaining challenges. "For the fiefdom's peace and the village's prosperity, we'll take them all down." The group's response is immediate and unanimous, their voices rising in perfect sync. "We'll follow your orders," they declare, their words a testament to their unwavering loyalty and trust in Raon's leadership. The scene shifts to a jubilant atmosphere, hours after the battle. The group is in high spirits, cheering and reveling in their hard-won victory over Eden's green phantoms. With swords raised high in triumph, they bask in the glory of their achievement. The air is filled with laughter, shouts of joy, and the clanging of swords, as they celebrate their victory and the peace it brings to the fiefdom. Ben's voice cuts through the celebratory atmosphere, his tone filled with sincerity and respect. "House Sieghart," he calls out, his words drawing everyone's attention. "We were wrong," Ben admits, his voice laced with humility. "If it weren't for you and the reinforcements, we would have been annihilated after going into battle first. On top of that, the village people we were supposed to protect would have died too." Ben's words hang in the air, a heartfelt acknowledgement of Raon's crucial role in their victory. Ben's voice takes on a tone of genuine remorse as he continues, "Thank you for saving us, and I'm sorry for disobeying your orders." He pauses, his expression unwavering, before adding, "Just that, even then, I still would have gone to the village. Turning a blind eye to injustices because you're weak is not how I believe a Sieghart swordsman should act." As he speaks, Ben places his hand on his chest, his gesture a symbol of his conviction and commitment to his principles. Raon turns around, a warm smile spreading across his face. "Well done," he says, his voice filled with genuine appreciation. Ben's eyes widen in surprise. "Huh, what?" he stammers, clearly caught off guard by Raon's praise. Raon's expression turns serious, his eyes locked on Ben's. "Because you all fought with all your might, I was able to take advantage of the green battle phantom's opening," he explains. "You all played a key role in this victory. If even a single one of you weren't here, then who knows how things could have turned out." Raon's words are a heartfelt acknowledgement of the team's collective effort, recognizing that their victory was a direct result of their combined strength and determination. Raon's voice takes on a tone of profound sincerity, his words spoken from the heart. "As such, I'd like to thank all of you," he says, his gaze sweeping across the group. "I'm being serious, without an ounce of insincerity," he emphasizes, his expression a testament to his genuine appreciation. Ben's face sets in a determined expression as he speaks up, his voice laced with a mix of emotions. "I don't know what you're thinking, saying all that," he exclaims, his words a mask for the deeper feelings stirring within him. He pauses, his eyes flashing with a fierce resolve. "Anyway, I'll grow stronger so that this doesn't happen again. That way, I'll be able to play my part without depending on someone like you, Raon." With that, Ben turns around, his back straight, and begins to walk away, leaving Raon and the others to watch him go. Raon turns to Martha, a warm smile on his face. "You did well too, Martha. I was able to recover thanks to you distracting the green battle phantom at the end." Martha's eyes widen in surprise, clearly not expecting Raon's praise. A faint blush rises to her cheeks as she listens to his words. "Thank you for following my orders," Raon adds, his voice filled with genuine appreciation. Martha's expression softens, and she smiles, her eyes sparkling with amusement. "If I can't even follow orders, I should just bite my tongue and die," she says, her voice laced with a hint of self-deprecation. With a nod, Martha turns to leave. "I'll head to the village first and help with repairs, so take your time," she says, her voice fading into the distance as she walks away. Raon's eyes gaze off into the distance, his mind consumed by a sense of relief. "I wonder if this mission is finally over now," he thinks to himself, his body beginning to succumb to the weight of exhaustion. As the adrenaline wears off, Raon's legs start to buckle, and he struggles to stay upright. He attempts to hold himself up, grasping his legs with his hands, but it's no use. His thoughts grow cloudy, and he curses his own vulnerability. "Damn, because I relaxed, I can't get any strength in my legs," he thinks, his vision blurring. Suddenly, Raon's body gives out, and he begins to fall. But before he hits the ground, a pair of gentle arms swoop in to catch him. Runan's face appears above him, concern etched on her features. She carefully lays Raon's head in her lap, cradling him with a tender touch. Raon's eyes flutter closed, his body finally surrendering to the exhaustion. Runan's voice is laced with concern as she asks, "Raon, are you all right?" Her eyes scan his face, searching for any signs of distress. Raon's eyes widen in surprise as he looks up at Runan. "So you are still here." He trails off, his voice filled with a mix of relief and curiosity. A hint of a smile plays on his lips as he asks, "Did you notice that I was about to collapse?" Raon's eyes sparkle with amusement, his exhaustion momentarily forgotten in his surprise at Runan's timely intervention. Runan nods, a gentle smile on her face. "Ah, just like when you were training at the training hall, it looked like all the strength left your body." Raon's eyes widen in surprise, and he says, "I see." A thoughtful expression crosses his face as he realizes that Runan has been paying closer attention to him than he thought. He thinks to himself, "I wasn't just looking after these guys. They were looking after me too." A sense of gratitude and appreciation washes over him. Raon's gaze meets Runan's, and he says, "Thank you," his voice sincere and heartfelt. Raon's peaceful moment with Runan is abruptly shattered as his eyes scan a sudden influx of system notifications. His gaze darts back and forth, taking in the numerous messages and alerts. Raon's eyes scan the system notifications, his mind racing with excitement and curiosity. The messages reveal a plethora of rewards and upgrades, a testament to his remarkable performance in the battle against the Green Battle Phantom. As he examines his updated status window, a satisfied smile spreads across his face. His name, Raon Sieghart, is now accompanied by the esteemed title, Unbreaking Spirit. The trait, Unseen Strike, is a welcome addition to his arsenal, granting him new possibilities in combat. Raon's thoughts turn inward, reflecting on the significance of these upgrades. "Looks like this is the result of taking down the Green Battle Phantom," he thinks to himself. "All my status points have gone up, along with earning a new trait and title. I'll have to look into this more later." With a newfound sense of energy and purpose, Raon carefully stands up from Runan's lap, brushing himself off. He offers Runan a reassuring smile, grateful for her concern. "I'm fine now, so head back to the village first," he instructs, his voice firm and confident. "I'll check if there's anything dangerous around here for now." Runan's eyes narrow slightly, as if assessing Raon's condition, before nodding in acceptance. Seated on a rock, Raon becomes engrossed in his system, scrutinizing the details of his newly acquired title, Unbreaking Spirit. A thoughtful expression crosses his face as he contemplates the title's implications. "This Unbreaking Spirit title is far better than I thought it'd be," he thinks to himself, a hint of excitement creeping into his mind. 3% might seem small, but as I grow stronger, the amount my status points go up by will increase. Raon's eyes scan a detailed description of the title, his understanding deepening. A title granted to those with an unshakable spirit while fighting against a strong opponent. Ability, When fighting against an opponent stronger than you, all status points will increase by 3%. His thoughts continue, I'll have to face plenty of opponents stronger than me from now on, so I can view this as being constantly in effect. A determined glint appears in his eye, as he realizes the potential benefits of this title in his future endeavors. Raon's attention shifts to the unseen strike trait, his eyes scanning the description. When attempting an ambush or assassination, your presence will be reduced and the chances of landing a fatal blow to your opponent will be increased, he reads. A thoughtful expression crosses his face as he contemplates the trait's potential. Unseen strike does look like an assassination-specific trait, he thinks to himself. If I had gotten this before I fought with the Green Battle Phantom, could I have taken him down with my ambush? Raon's mind replays the battle against the Green Battle Phantom, considering how the unseen strike trait might have altered the outcome. Wrath's eyes widen in astonishment as he gazes at Raon's rewards. His expression transforms from calm to incredulous, his voice laced with a mix of surprise and frustration. Wait, you got this kind of reward by taking down a lousy opponent like that? Wrath's words trail off, his tone implying that the Green Battle Phantom was hardly a formidable foe. He pauses, shaking his head in dismay. This may be a system designed by me, but how does this make any sense? Wrath's outburst conveys his bewilderment at the generous rewards bestowed upon Raon. Because of you, I'm getting stronger with every passing day. Thanks, Wrath, Raon says, his voice sincere and calm. Wrath's face twists in rage, his voice dropping to a menacing growl. I'll make sure you don't get an easy death, he snarls, his words dripping with malice. I'll bite and tear your flesh apart endlessly and grant you eternal pain. The intensity of Wrath's fury is palpable, his words painting a gruesome picture of the agonizing fate he has in store for Raon. Raon turns his back on Wrath, his movements calm and deliberate. As he begins to walk away, he tosses a casual challenge over his shoulder. Try it if you can. Wrath's eyes widen in surprise, his face reddening with rage. He's taken aback by Raon's nonchalant response, clearly expecting a more fearful or submissive reaction. Wrath's surprise quickly gives way to frustration, and he lets out a mighty roar. The sound echoes through the air, a primal expression of his anger and helplessness. Undeterred by Raon's dismissal, Wrath gives chase, following him as he walks away. The scene shifts to the village, where the group is busily repairing the aftermath of the battle. The air is filled with the sounds of hammering, sawing, and shouted instructions. Someone calls out, "Bring some lumber over here," while another voice asks, "Where did you put the debris?" A third person shouts, "The wooden barricade is finished here." Villagers and group members work together, their faces set in determination as they labor to restore their home. Some villagers chat with each other, exchanging stories and concerns, while others lend a hand with the repairs. Raon slowly opens his eyes, blinking away the haze of sleep. He looks around, taking in the bustling scene of the village repairs. The sounds of hammering, sawing, and chatter fill the air, a stark contrast to the peaceful atmosphere he had been seeking. He talks to himself, a hint of amusement in his voice. I just wanted a quick break, but I guess I fell asleep in that short time. Raon's words trail off, and he rubs his eyes, trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. As he sits up, he takes a deep breath, feeling a bit more refreshed. Raon pushes open the door and steps out of the house, blinking in the bright sunlight. He takes in the scene before him, noticing the progress made on the repairs. The wooden barricades, once damaged, now stand sturdy and strong. As he surveys the area, a familiar voice calls out to him. "Raon, are you awake?" It's Ronan, her eyes sparkling with concern as she approaches him, a bucket of water in hand. "Are you feeling all right?" she asks, her voice gentle and caring. Raon offers a reassuring smile, feeling a bit more refreshed after his nap. I'm feeling better after getting some shut-eye," he replies, his voice calm and relaxed. Runan's expression softens, relief evident in her eyes. Runan's expression turns serious, and she speaks with a sense of urgency. "Then you have somewhere to be. Everyone is waiting for you, so hurry." Raon's eyes narrow, confusion etched on his face. Who's waiting for me?" he asks, his voice tinged with puzzlement. Runan's response is accompanied by a flashback to the previous day's events, where the people of Cebu village are shown bowing in gratitude. The village chief steps forward, a warm smile on his face. "All the people of Cebu village have come to greet our savior, the Sieghart swordsman," he announces, his voice filled with sincerity. The chief's eyes lock onto Raon, his gaze filled with admiration. "Thank you for saving our village. You put your life on the line and fought for the sake of our village. If it weren't for you, Swordsman, our village would have suffered greatly. The chief's voice takes on a tone of deep gratitude. Both your noble visage and what you've done today, we shall never forget either of them. The villagers nod in agreement, their faces filled with appreciation and respect for Raon. Raon stands frozen in surprise, his eyes widening as he takes in the village chief's words. Suddenly, he turns to his group, his thoughts shifting inward. I can feel it, he thinks to himself, a sense of awareness washing over him. My comrades' respect, aspirations, as well as the village people's gratitude, awe, and sincerity. Raon's mind is filled with the weight of their emotions, and he can't help but feel a sense of pride and responsibility. Raon's thoughts drift to his past life, and he can't help but compare it to his current existence. A hint of wonder crosses his mind as he realizes, it's my first time feeling this. Memories of his life as an assassin flood his thoughts, and he recalls the stark contrast between then and now. When I lived as an assassin in my past life, goodwill was something I'd never come into contact with. There was merely life and death. A tinge of bitterness creeps into his thoughts as he remembers his past allegiance. Everything of mine was for Derus Robert, however many people I killed for Derus, however many filthy things I did, all the recognition went to Derus. Raon's eyes seem to gaze into the past, his expression a mix of nostalgia and regret. Raon's thoughts take a profound turn as he reflects on his current situation. A sense of wonder and awe washes over him, and he thinks to himself, but right now, for the first time in my life, I'm being acknowledged. His expression turns serious, and he pauses, lost in thought. He asks himself, have I ever been acknowledged like this before? As he stands before his group and the villagers, Raon feels a sense of vulnerability. He's unaccustomed to receiving praise and recognition, and it's clear that this experience is having a profound impact on him. Raon's thoughts continue, exposing a growing desire within him. I can feel my greed growing, the desire to be acknowledged further, the desire to feel even more awestruck gazes. As he tightens his hand, his determination solidifies. From now on, I will live not as an assassin, but as a swordsman. I'll see this scene countless times. Raon's gaze lifts, and he's met with the breathtaking sight of the full moon hanging low in the night sky. The serene beauty of the moment seems to seal his resolve. He makes a promise to himself, his voice a whispered vow. That's how it'll be, from now on. The night air seems to vibrate with the weight of his commitment, as Raon embarks on a new path. And that's a wrap. The chapter concludes with Raon's promise to himself, setting the stage for his journey as a swordsman. If you're eager for more, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to continue the story. By the way, I've got a recommendation for you. I recently uploaded another amazing system-type manhwa that I just can't get enough of. Trust me, you'll love it 100%. I'll pin it on the end screen, so be sure to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll catch you all in the next chapter.